Hello, Jessica Viewers, back for another review, and today is a review of set number 31010. And before I start this review, I just want to apologize for the Speeders ranting review that I made on Friday. It was not the par videos or the video quality that I usually put out, and it was really just awful. So I've learned many mistakes from that, and if you want to see me reflect on that, check the comment section of that video. But today I want to take a look at this set, but before I start reviewing this set, I've learned something from that video, and I think it would be much easier if I made a letter grading system instead of a numeric grading system. So here's how it's going to work. It doesn't exactly translate to this, but I'm going to say F, D, D+, C, C+, B, B+, or A+, and it would kind of translate to an A would be like a 9 to a 9.5, and then an A+ would be a 9.75 to a 10, and then like a B+ would be a 8.75, but a B would be a 8 to a 8.5, etc. You kind of get the general idea. And this will be way better because it makes me focus more on what is good and what is bad about the set, and it's more of a general thing, so it's going to be much easier to follow, you'll see. But today we are reviewing the Treehouse Creator set, and this is the summer 2013 set, and these are just starting to show up in Toys R Us and a Lego store. And these aren't at like Target or retail stores, and these are just showing up in the US. And it has 356 pieces, one minifigure, and it's recommended for ages 7 to 12, and it does retail for $30 in the US. So you can see the price per piece ratio is pretty good there. And now let's take a look at the box. So here is a box of the set, and it does build into 3 models, and I'm going to be reviewing all 3 models in this one review, so stay tight. And it is the normal $30 box size that they have. Well, there's 2 $30 box sizes, or no, there's one $30 box size, and this is it. No, there's 2. There's the one that's like with the golden dragon and everything, and this is the size of like the Galaxy Squad, Warp Stinger, and I think the Fire Rescue set from City. And there are 3 instruction booklets. This is for, I just found this out on the box, so this is for the farmhouse, they call it. This is for the lake house, I think they call it on the box. And this is for the tree house. And now let's take a look at the minifigure. So here is a boy minifigure, and he is not very detailed, and that goes for basically all of these creator minifigures, because he doesn't have anything on the torso. And here is his back. But he's still a pretty cool figure. The face is a little bit uncommon. It was kind of prominent. I know it came in the fishing boat set in 2011 for City, and the house set for 2010 in City, which is one of my favorite sets. And now let's take a look at the first model, which is the beginner's model. Here is the first model, and it is called, I call it at least, the Mill. And it is the beginner's model as stated in the instruction booklet for the set. And it is pretty small, and it's probably the smallest out of the few because it doesn't have that big thin plate, which was blue, attached to it, but still it's really cool. And obviously it's for beginners because it's kind of a quick build. It only took me about, I think, 15 to 20 minutes. And there's some really nice detail, and it's made to look a little bit European, as you can see right here. I'm really bad with my European countries, so I'm not really sure which one it's based off of. Dare I say Sweden? Oh gosh, I probably messed that one up. But it is, there is this little part which is like a kind of modern wagon, which has these little plants in it, I guess. It's not really stating what it is. And there are wheels on that, so that's pretty cool. Of course, you can make him hold it with that handlebar right there, so that's nice. And we get the figure, and the figure comes with this little walkie-talkie. And for the set itself, there's some front detail all around. Sorry about that part falling down. There is this little pond right here which comes with a frog, which is always nice to get those frog pieces, though they are becoming really common nowadays. Very, very nice. It's probably my favorite part of that set besides this little cool color scheme right here. Cobblestone pathway, which is like very unique. It was kind of hard, or not really hard, but annoying to put on, but it was kind of quick, so it took me like 5 minutes to put all of those on. And there's this little plant garden right there, and some nice railing, so that is cool. And on the side, there is this little, I guess, bucket to put some stuff in there, and it does include some 2 trans blue studs, so that's pretty cool. And I think it's dark blue, I'm not sure. And the whole feature of that I'll show you later. and of course a nice window detail, and we kind of see the color scheme coming in. It is brown and white, so that's just that looks kind of like really like it screams European, but I'm not sure which country. But it does look extremely nice, and there's this little window here which you could put up and down. And then here is the back, or the other side. And you can see there's some nice red detail too. And so the main feature on this is that there's this little bucket part right here, and you hook it onto the hook right there, and you could twist this to make it lower up and down. I mean, I know it's nothing really special, but it's still a pretty cool play feature. And inside, you can actually take off this little roof part, and there isn't really much inside, but there is this part for the ladder to connect to, which the ladder was back there. So you kind of see there's a back opening. Sorry if it's a little bit dark. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, there's a little toolbox. I guess you could put some tools and the map in there, because it does come with also with a telescope and the Pirates 2009 map, so that's cool. And yeah, that's really it. It can't fit a taller minifigure. It can only fit the small little kid figure from what I've seen. So you could stick him in there, but like if you want to stick a taller minifigure, let me see, this probably isn't the best example. Or wait, it might be able to. Okay, so it fits taller figures if they're not wearing a hat, but otherwise if they're wearing a hat, which is like most other figures, it won't fit in there. That kind of sucks. But it is made for the little kid, and inside I'm a little bit disappointed that there's nothing in here. But I will still give this model an A, because for what it's worth, or not really for what it's worth, why am I saying that? For the look on it is just really, like I said, I don't know which European country, but the colors just, I love those colors, and it's kind of small but a quick build, and yeah, this might be my favorite. I don't know, I haven't built the other ones, but looking by it, this one might be my favorite. So I do give this one an A. Okay, so here is the second model, or the intermediate model, and I call it the lake house, because that's basically what it is. Or maybe it could be a little, I guess, house by the sea. And it is probably my favorite out of them all. I haven't built the third one yet, and I know I said that with the first model, but just by the looks, I mean, the third one's a little bit more messy. But like I said, I haven't built it, but this one just looks fantastic. I mean, I'm probably going to use this if I ever use these in like a city or something, because I would use the creator houses to make like a lake city or some place near the lake or something like that, or even like near a beach. And so we kind of see there's some really nice details all around here. We got this little part, which I thought was pretty nice, because they used some snot techniques right there. And we have this tree, which is probably my least favorite part of it, but it still looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't really know. There's something that makes it look a little bit blocky, but it's still a pretty nice design. Because it makes it look a little bit more like, I forget what they're called, but like mangrove trees. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a Floridian. And there is the frog right there on this little pond. So that is pretty cool. And there is a little bit of cool rock detail right here. You can see some rocks under here and like one going out. So I really like that detail. And there's this really, really nice bridge part that kind of leads to the sea or the lake or whatever. So I do really like that. And we can see there's a flag there. And on the back you can kind of see more of the rock detail and a window right there. And on the side there's more of that tree and some little holes on the bottom, which just adds to the detail. And I do like this little chute right here, because it's kind of a way to, I guess, release air from the stove, which is probably one of my favorite parts of it, and we'll get to that right now. And basically you can remove the top from this part, like with all the other houses. And if you remove the top, it reveals the inside. And the inside is kind of packed. Like, a lot of the problems with these creator houses is that they're really empty inside, but this one is very like jam-packed with stuff to do. And my favorite part is this stove. And I hope I can get a good look on it, but you can kind of see the overhead view right there. And let me see if I can get it. And, okay, you can kind of see the stove right there. Let me see. Okay, so there's these little parts which are like the stove, I forgot what they're called. I'm going to call them stove panels or something like that. And there's this really cool oven feature where it's on a hinge and you can kind of move the oven down. And it reveals this pizza, and the pizza is on one of those inverted tiles, which came in that Ninjago mech last year. I remember the summer sets, and they're kind of rare nowadays. And this comes in tan, and it's not exclusive to the set because it also comes in Laval's World Fighter in this color. But it's still very nice to get. You actually get 2 in the set. One's used right here for the pizza plate. That is nice, and you can kind of see there's a lamp there. And there's a map and a little table. But I really, really love that stove right there. It's just really creative. There's a little chute right there, which, like I said, leads up there by using the telescope piece, so that's awesome. And yeah, I love that stove. I'm going to steal this stove thing if I ever make like a house for Twitch or something like that. And of course, you could put the minifigure in there. Just take off his little walkie-talkie. And he could be making something, but he's a miner, so he probably shouldn't be using a stove. But the roof just snaps back on right there. So this is lovely. I would give this model an A. If I had to say anything really bad with it, I wish they would have used, because there's a tan piece in the set, and they could have probably used a tan piece to make it a little bit more sandy right here to make this a beach or something like that. But this is more of a lake house, so I can't really complain. And it is a little bit small and crunched up inside. I know I said that I like that there's a lot of stuff to do inside, but I wish they would have maybe made this a little bit bigger and put a lot of stuff in there. But still, it's really cool, and you got that little window right there, which I forgot to mention, which opens and closes. And so that's it for this model, and this might be my favorite model. I haven't built the last one yet, but we'll see. Oh, and I did forget to show this, but on the top of the roof there is this really nice, like kind of mossy detail on top, so that's nice. And this little roof part with this hole, so that's cool right there. And here's just a broad overall look of the third and final model, which is the Experts model, or the Treehouse, which is basically the title model. You kind of see all the details here, and then I'll zoom up later. And I just want to point this out, but you can remove this little module right here, which is a pretty cool feature, so you can use that. And then you can remove this module right there, and you could, I think you could remove this, or, no, yeah, okay, you can't remove that, but you can remove those 2 modules and rearrange them any way you like, so that's pretty cool. So here is a look at the bottom, and it does come with this little pizza cart, which is kind of nasty, because just thinking about it, if you put a pizza loose in a cart like that, it's bound to get all these germs. Or maybe it's just a neat freak in me, or the germ freak in me. So you kind of see that's pretty cool. It kind of rolls. And it does come with this dog, which is very similar to the Hillside House dog from 2011. Nice set, but I never got to pick it up. I don't know if I'm going to pick up this other $70 set, which is a new one. And you kind of see he's pretty detailed. Nice little build right there. Very simple, but instantly recognizable. And another path. I love these little pathways they have. You kind of see that right there in between the tree house and the other tree, so that is always nice. And there's a play feature right here that if you move this little lever right here, that part goes down, and then you can make the ladder go down, and I guess a boy could climb up, so that is really cool. And on this side there's probably the most full out pond out of any of the models in the set, but it's still kind of a little bit, not too bad, but it's a little bit empty inside it. And they put the little frog there, which is pretty cute, but he should have been on like a lily pad or something. And there's another play feature which is very similar to the one in the farmhouse, where you could, I don't know if you guys can see that. If you moved this part, let me see, up and down, you could kind of move the little trash can right there, so that's really cool. And there's this side, which there's not really much going on there, and it's kind of empty. Then here's the last side, which is this back. Not much going on there, just a little bit of tree stuff. Now let's take a look at the top of here, which leads from the ladder. Okay, so here is the top, and there's some really cool, like a pathway right here, and you kind of put the boy, I guess, sitting right here. So that is nice. And I already showed you this play feature, but it kind of looks a little bit packed if you keep this ladder up there, but it's still pretty fine. And the little boy does have the spot right here to look from his telescope or whatever. Just take that off. So that is nice detail right there. And there's a little winch play feature which I showed earlier. And here's the tree part, which of course you could remove like I showed a little bit earlier. So that's pretty cool. And here's this window, and this window which you push out like that. This one right here. And then the inside part, I don't know if you guys could see that, but I'm going to remove the roof of it, which is also removable. And you can kind of see there's a flag right there, but there's not anything inside the roof. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I guess you can make it maybe like a bed for him, which would be really weird because I don't know how he would get on top of there. But yeah, sorry that didn't focus. And inside is actually another bed, and it's a blue bed right there. See that focus right there? So yeah, it's kind of weird because he can't really sleep on there with his studs because he has the short legs. So he can't fit in there. But I guess there's a little bit of room for him to go right there. So that is very nice. Not really anything going on. There's a little container so you can put something there. But that's really it for the set. And that was the last model. And now let's take a look at the final verdict and what I overall think of all of these. And I also rate this one an A. So straight A's across the board for each of these individual models. Okay, sorry this is a different setup, but what do I think of this whole set as a whole, as a part pack or whatever? I think I would give this an A. It's an excellent piece pack. The price per piece ratio is above and beyond because it is 356 pieces for $30, which is always a great deal. And it's not really perfect, so I can't really give it an A+ because some of the pieces are not really any unique pieces, but maybe I'm nitpicking right there. But there's one piece that really stuck out to me, and it's kind of not that rare of a piece, but it is a rare piece, but it's like this isn't the exclusive way to get it. And that is the tan panels right there. I don't know if you guys could see that, but they're inverted tiles, which are kind of a fairly new piece. They came out last year. And this tan color ones are only available in Laval's Royal Fighter, which is quite an expensive set. And it's really nice to get these window pieces, and the red details are really cool right there. Another problem I have with this set is that it didn't come with a brick separator. And I know that brick separators are really common, but for this set you really need a brick separator. So if somebody brought this and they're new to Lego, this wouldn't really be a good start because the brick separator kind of helps rebuild the models much more easier. I found that a problem because I had to bring out another brick separator I had because there was a lot of hard pieces to remove. But overall I think all three models are very nice. My favorite has to be the Lakeside house because I think that lakeside houses are kind of common in these creator houses, but it's hard to explain, but I really love that one. I love the little bridge coming out, or the pier as I call it. I love the stove in that set, and the whole model house thingy in there looks really cool. And this one's a little bit too clustered for me. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know, it looks a bit too rugged, that's a better word. The treehouse one. And my least favorite has to be the farmhouse because even though it's a really cool idea and it looks beautiful, there's really not much content going on in it. It's really just an empty little farmhouse. So that's really disappointing there. But it's still an exceptional model. So that's all my thoughts on the set. And I do recommend the set, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.